Hey everyone, so I'm going to share with you the 2024 FBS Bowl schedule for 2024 and 2025. And I'm going to share with you here what time and networks the games are going to be played on for FCS. Their bowl schedule has not been out yet, so it is kind of a toss what bowl is going to do that FCS teams are going to be in. I mean, what times, what channels they're going to be in. And if they're going to be on like ESPN, there's a FBS one, and ABC or ESPN2 or ESPNU. You know, like most likely they probably have on the games in ESPN. They'd probably be on ESPN2 or ESPNU. But you know, I would assume most likely. So if the FBS overlaps the FCS, if the FCS overlaps FBS, you know, going on. If they have some of the FCS or the FBS is going on, games are going on, but I mean, FBS always takes precedent on that. You know, even though the bowl tries to work like regular season, but you know, more should be on the extreme. But hey, you know, put someone like even ESPN News, ESPN2, where you know, those games could, like, there's no games in ESPN News normally now. I know ESPN News used to be used for sports for a lot of stuff, but they don't anymore, which I don't know why. You know, but hey. Anyways, we got the cricket celebration on ABC at noon Eastern. Camila was on at 9 Eastern ABC. On ESPN, that was on the 14th of December. On the 17th of December. There it is. There are no bowl games on Sundays and Mondays. Sundays are, there are Sundays. There's no bowl games. Sundays are reserved for NFL, and Mondays are maybe a few bowl games, but typically they don't go over the NFL game. Typically, they do not. They're before the NFL game is on, so they usually leave at least half hour. You know, at least enough for a short pre-game for the NFL game and recap of, like, you know, the Monday Night Countdown. At least a half hour for that. On the 17th, there is the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl on ESPN at 9 Eastern. The Boca Raton Bowl is on at 5:30 Eastern. And the LA Bowl is on 9 Eastern on Wednesday, December 18th. Both on ESPN. On ESPN2 for whatever reason. I don't know why they're having a game on ESPN2. The RL Carrier New Orleans Bowl is on ESPN2. I don't know why. Maybe there must be a big college basketball game going on. Maybe like a top show team down, men's or women's basketball. Top 25 ranked team. There must be. Or maybe like NHL or NBA or something. That's the only thing I could think of. It was on at 7 Eastern, ESPN2. On ESPN, we have the Steph DNA Cure Bowl at noon Eastern. 3:30 Eastern is the Union Home Mortgage Jasper Bowl. And at Eastern, ABC and ESPN. It's ABC. Simulcasting games with ESPN. The first round games are being. That's it. Eastern, ABC, and ESPN both simulcast both networks. On Eastern and TNT, we have the first round college football playoff game at noon Eastern and 4 Eastern on TNT, both on TNT, and on ABC and ESPN at 8 Eastern. It is the fourth and final college football playoff first round game on the 21st. So we have, and on the 23rd, there are two games going on ESPN. One is the Myrtle Beach Bowl at 11 a.m. Eastern and at 2:30 Eastern. is the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. At Eastern, the Hawaii Bowl is on the 24th, Christmas Eve. And then on the 26th is the Trip Bowl at 2 Eastern. 5:30 Eastern is the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. 9 Eastern is the 60 Adventures Bowl. Then we have the Lockheed Armed Forces Bowl and the Birmingham Bowl. One is going to be on at noon Eastern. One is going to be on at 3:30 Eastern. Times are to be determined. Guys, on Liberty Bowls on at 7 Eastern. And at 10:30 Eastern is the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl. On the 28th, that's on the 27th, on the 28th, Saturday is when there are a bunch of bowls. On both channels, ESPN and ABC, we have the Wasabi Fenway Bowl. On ESPN at 11 a.m. Eastern. Noon Eastern is the Bad by Mars Pinstripe Bowl on ABC. 2:15 Eastern is the Isleta, New Mexico Bowl. 3:30 Eastern is the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Then there is one on CW Network. It used to be the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl, but they got rid of the bars. They had the Barstool announcers, but that kind of, they were like, it kind of sucked anyways because they had to talk about betting all the time. That's what, and like stuff like that. They were like mentioning they did bets in the game and stuff like that. Like, or I think they did, or mention like the betting during the coaches. And like, who cares, really? I mean, yeah, you can have betting, talk about betting on specific networks, but don't like bring it up to like a mainstream broadcast, At 4:30, that's at 4:30 Eastern. On the CW network. And then they have at 5:45 Eastern is the Go Bowling Military Bowl. I know they used to have it where Fox would get a bowl game. FS1 would have a bowl game. And then it was where CBS Sports Network each had a bowl game. But now it's just where it's like I know last year's ESPN and ABC had the majority of the bowl games. Like it was on Saturdays. ESPN would have like their slate of like 4 bowl games, and then ESPN and then ABC would have theirs like 3 bowl games at least. Would have 3 games for sure. And then that's how it worked. But and I know CBS had a bowl game, Fox had a bowl game on, and then the CW Network had their own bowl game. But otherwise, it was typically like, but otherwise it was typically like CBS, Fox, like, and CW Network airing like their college basketball slate. Well, they had the bowl games on. So it's just that because of the college football playoffs, they're like, I know one year they had the bowl games are on, and they would have like the huge bowl games, and some small bowl games are on, some small games are on, some smaller bowl games are on, and then before the big bowl games, then after the big bowl games are on, like the college football playoff. That's kind of but it's this year's. Then we have the Go Bowling Military Bowl at 5:45 Eastern, 7:30 Eastern is the Laramie Alma Bowl. 9:15 Eastern is Reign Signal Youth Independence Bowl. And then on the 30th at 2:30 Eastern, we have the Trains Perfect Music City Bowl. The Rally Quest Bowl is on at noon Eastern, ESPN, and that's where in the CBS Bowl game, the Tony Tiger Sun Bowl. That's at 2 Eastern on CBS. 3 Eastern on ABC is the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. 3:30 Eastern is the Texas Bowl. And this is 7:30 Eastern on ESPN is the College Football Playoff quarterfinal, the Verbo Fiesta Bowl on New Year's Eve. And then on January 1st, we got 3 bowl games. 3 College Football Playoff quarterfinals. Says 1 Eastern is the quarterfinal of the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. 5 Eastern is the quarterfinal at the Rose Bowl. presented by Prudential. And the All-State Sugar Bowl quarterfinal at 8:45 Eastern. On New Year's Day on January 1st, Wednesday. On Thursday, January 2nd, we have Texas Gator Bowl at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. And then we have the Serpro First Responder Bowl at 4 Eastern on January 3rd. And 7:30 Eastern on the Duke Smith Bowl on ESPN. And then on ESPN2, ESPN and ESPN2 on the 4th, we have the Bahamas Bowl, which I'm surprised on 2 networks, but it probably depends on what college basketball is doing. Because I know when they have the bowl games in ESPN and ABC, like college basketball is on, like on ESPN2 and ESPNU. And then it's Sunday on January 9th, the Thursday. January 9th is the Capital and Orange Bowl. And Sunday Eastern, and then which Thursday that week must be the week the NFL playoffs are on. So they're not having any games overlapping the NFL playoffs. There's no Thursday night. And then 7:30 Eastern on the Friday night is the college football playoffs and the Cotton Bowl Classic. And that's the college football playoff national championship presented by AT&T. 7:30 Eastern, ESPN. Let's talk about the FCS. What about the FCS bowl games? The FCS championship is set for Sunday, January 5th. But there is no structure about the playoffs, though. And the playoff games are going on for the FCS. Like the playoffs or the bowls, whatever. Used to go down the college. I don't know, playoff. College football playoff. FCS version. Like, when is that going on, you know? We don't know. And the other bowl games for the FCS, we don't know. They haven't determined yet, but the FCS championship is Sunday, January 5th. It used to be on Saturday, and then I know it used to be on like ESPN2, like a while ago. It used to be on like ESPN2, and they've really done actually expanded the FCS playoffs to like the FCS playoff structure at least to ESPN2, ESPNU, maybe main ESPN, you know, or like interchange, you know, between like games. Like, hey, there's a day where there's no college football on harder than that, but we'll show an FCS game. Like, they could do that. Like, you know, like they could do that where the Bulls, you know, like I don't know about the 21st, but maybe like a Saturday, like a Friday night. I don't know, maybe ESPN2 could have a FCS game, or like on the 21st, you know. Maybe ESPN has an FCS game, or ABC does, you know, overlap in the first round of the college football playoff, maybe. You know, they could do that, or like 28th. Maybe ESPN2 has some bowl games, you know. You know, we'll see, you know, how it works out. Maybe on the January 4th, maybe ESPN2 has a bowl game, or FCS game, you know. Actually, I can't on that one, but you know, it all depends, you know. So, maybe week 16, there's no FCS, there's no BS, no FBS game, so maybe then. It's at the 14th to 21st, so I don't know. But maybe week 15, week 16, there's hardly any games going on, so maybe then they extend a little bit sooner. When's the last week of FCS, I mean? The FCS games in week 13. So,
You saw what was on?